Not all creatures are cute puppies and kittens, you know. There are these guys as well. Some are real animals, some have more of a questionable existence, but they do have one thing in common. They're enough to frighten the bravest of men, especially number 1. I dare you to cross paths with this hunk of a bird. Here are 10 scary creatures caught on camera. Number 10. The Digger. Cemeteries are naturally creepy places. We always associate this place with death, so even a normal day spent here seems a little bit different from, let's say, spending a day at the mall. Add to that the different eyewitness accounts of various paranormal events experienced at cemeteries, it's no wonder why cemeteries give us the creeps. This first video isn't going to change our feelings about cemeteries anytime soon. This video was taken by 2 teenage girls on break from work. They decided to drive around to pass the time when they found themselves driving through a cemetery in Akron, Ohio. All of a sudden, they saw this black figure seemingly digging into one of the graves. They observed the thing for a bit before they decided to record it, and it's a good thing that they did. No one seems to know what this creature captured on the video is. Since it was first uploaded to a channel dedicated to Sasquatches, word spread that it was a juvenile Sasquatch digging for food. Honestly, it doesn't look anything like a Sasquatch to me. Maybe kind of a homeless man, though. Number 9. The Sarlacc Pit. One look at this picture and your mind will be immediately transported to a time long, long ago, in a galaxy far, far away. Back before Disney took it over, of course. Though it'll take you specifically to the deserts of Tatooine if you're a Star Wars fanboy. If you remember that scene where Luke and a blinded Han were about to be thrown into the Sarlacc Pit, that is what this photo exactly reminds me of. But believe it or not, this terrifying mouth doesn't belong to an alien creature, but rather from an animal that's much closer to home. This is actually the insides of the mouth and throat of a leatherback turtle. Leatherbacks and a few other sea turtles have what is called esophageal papillae. That's what those spine-like things that you see are. These prongs are made of cartilage and line the throat of the turtle, and basically grip onto the jellyfish that it's eating, and ensures that it doesn't slip back out as the turtle uses the muscles in its throat to expel excess salt water. The papillae also protect the leatherback from the stinging cells for the jellyfish. As you can imagine, the jellyfish don't want to go down without a fight, so these cartilaginous prongs keep the turtle from being injured by its prey. Number 8. Bigfoot buries a camera. Trail cams, game cams, critter cams, all kinds of cams, no matter what you call them, have been invaluable tools when trying to study animals in the wild. It has also helped conservationists determine the number of a specific species, especially if the aim is to protect them. However, these cameras have also given us footage that would make us question what else is out there aside from creatures that we already know exist. This shocking trail cam footage shows us a large, hairy, ape-like creature brushing up against the camera. It then proceeded to rip the camera off of its mount and bury it under leaves. This strange animal, and of course its baffling behavior, made people think that this is no ordinary creature, but one who exhibits extraordinary intelligence. People immediately point to Bigfoot as the culprit because really, who wouldn't? To top it all off, even the police officers who originally set up the camera to catch illegal marijuana growers think it's Bigfoot. Number 7. The Devil's Gecko. Maybe it's the lidless eyes, or maybe the tiny little horns, or the way its vertical pupils stare into the depths of your soul, or the bright red insides of their mouths. Whatever the reason, the satanic leaf-tailed gecko truly deserves its name. However, their appearance is not used for scaring the living daylights out of people. It's actually for camouflage. The satanic leaf-tailed geckos live solely in trees thanks to their sticky toes. Not only are the bottoms of their toes made of millions of tiny plates, but they also have curved claws for extra grip. These plates allow movement across smooth vertical surfaces like glass. If that doesn't provide enough holding power, the satanic leaf-tailed gecko can also use its tail to wrap around branches. During the day, these geckos use a variety of tactics to stay safe from predators like eagles, snakes, and rats. Besides camouflage, they can also flatten their bodies to minimize their shadow, open their jaws wide to show their bright red mouths, or shed their tail and run away. Number 6. The Demon in the Cave. When you go... Number 4. The Cowering Goblin. A goblin is a monstrous creature from European folklore, first mentioned in stories from the Middle Ages. They are said to have various and conflicting abilities, temperaments, and appearances depending on the story and country of origin. They are almost always small and grotesque, mischievous, or outright evil and greedy. especially for gold and precious stones. They also often have magical abilities similar to a fairy or a demon. But the question is, do they exist? Old stories are one thing, but actual video evidence of one of these vile creatures would definitely cast these creatures in the limelight. Which brings us to a question. Is this video real? This video was uploaded to the channel Unknown Barbados back in 2017. In this video, you'll see one person using an app on his phone. By the looks of it, its use seems to be a paranormal detector. Whether ghosts or goblins, we can't be sure. However, it seems to have worked, as it pointed them to look under I can only describe as the foundation of an unfinished house. As one of the guys turned his flashlight on, a creature can be seen crouching in the dark, who seems to be displeased about being discovered, uttering an otherworldly hiss to display his displeasure. Number 3. The Scary Monk. We fish for many reasons, sometimes for sport, primarily to feed ourselves or others. However, we don't fish just to scare ourselves silly, which is exactly what will happen to me if I snag one of these fish on my hook. This scary-looking fish is called a monkfish. Aside from looking like it was spat out by the devil himself, monkfish have a number of adaptations which makes them adept at catching their prey. The protuberance, which comes from their head, known as the esca, can be moved in any direction, and is used to attract small fish, which think it is something to eat. Once they are in range, the monkfish snaps forward with incredible speed to devour the fish in its massive mouth. The teeth of the monkfish are hinged, which allows the prey fish to be held securely in the monkfish's jaws. The monkfish also has an expandable stomach, which means they can eat fish which are almost as large as itself. Although highly unlikely, it might even decide to take a bite off of a diver's hand. Monkfish will take all kinds of fish, including sand eels, cod, pollock, goldfish, dogfish, all kinds of flatfish, and even rays. They've also been caught with lobsters and crabs in their stomach, suggesting that monkfish are opportunistic predators that will pretty much eat anything that crosses their path. Now it's time for today's best pick. And today's best pick, if I'm being totally honest here, reminds me of jerky. The world's scariest looking jerky, but jerky nonetheless. You'll see what I mean next with number 2. The alien corpse. This shriveled up creature was seen on the southern coast of Africa. Of course, residents in the surrounding town were aghast, believing they had found proof that extraterrestrial life had lived and died on planet Earth. It has to be alien, right? Well, not quite. A local veterinarian conducted an autopsy on the creature, and conclusively found out that the shriveled creature was a newborn female baboon. Dead and dried up, of course, but still a baboon. The tail-like appendage on its stomach was its umbilical cord that was still attached. But then again, although this question was finally solved, a bigger question remains. How was it mummified and how did it get to the coast? Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell, and you will get 25 years of amazing luck. Try it really works. Number 1. The Gorilla Bird. Nope, it's not one of the flying monkeys of the Wizard of Oz fame. This is actually a crow, but with an attitude. If I'm gonna be honest with you, if I see this guy in a dark alley somewhere, I'm gonna turn around and go back where it came from. The video appears to show a ridiculously muscular crow supporting its whole body weight by perching itself on the tips of its muscly wings. Of course, something like this couldn't be kept secret, so the video slowly found its way to Reddit and all social media platforms. But did a gorilla and a crow suddenly decide to have a baby that resulted in this muscly monstrosity? Man, do you even flap, bro? Your gains are pathetic. Several ornithologists thankfully had an explanation for what's going on, and this bird isn't going to be stealing our lunch money anytime soon. Apparently, this is the pose which crows take when sunning themselves. At the right angle that could obscure the legs and tail, making it look like they're missing, and also make it look like only the wings are supporting the bird. So, not a freak hybrid, just a sunbathing bird. Have you seen a creature that scared you half to death? Let us know in the comment section down below. Want to watch more videos about scary animals? Click on any of the videos you see on your screen. As always, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Later, everybody.